3 months, 90 days, each one clawed with endless tension. Sleepless nights, and hope that bled slowly into madness. Jungkook's world had shrunk to maps, tracking devices. Bribes, threats, and cold coffee cups left untouched on war tables. Since the night of his mother's funeral, his heart had split open, and Anu's name had filled every crack. She was out there, and he would find her if it meant burning the entire world down. Yoongi, I remained by his side every second, unwavering despite watching the boy. He once joked with fade into a ruthless shadow. Namjoon and Hoseok too. They were no longer simply heirs of allied Mafia bloodlines. They were part of a war now. Jungkook's war. He had divided their operations, spread contacts across borders. Tokyo, Shanghai, Manila, even small Eastern European slums. From orphanage lists to black market trader networks. Every whisper of a child, every rumor of a missing girlet, was all combed through with cold precision. Namjoon. Another dead end, he growled, throwing a folder down. Namjoon. This lid in Prague? False IDs. No child even existed. Yoongi rubbed his temples. It's like she's been erased. Jungkook didn't speak. He stood by the window of their Seoul base, arms crossed, watching rain trickle down, glass like blood. Then dash. A knock on the door caught their attention. A young subordinate entered. Head bowed. Guard, boss. Message from Seong-hwan. At the sound of the name, the room shifted. Seong-hwan. One of Jungkook's oldest enemies. A man known for brutal methods, traitorous blood, and the scars he wore from a gunshot. Jungkook had delivered to his shoulder 3 years ago. He was alive, and apparently reaching out. Yoongi narrowed his eyes. Yoongi, what does that snake want? Guard. He says he wants peace, the boy said carefully. Namjoon. He's holding an event. In BUSAN. An exhibition. An elite affair. To end the tension between your syndicates, he said, looking at the letter. Hoseok snorted. Peace? After years of bloodshed? Yoongi hissed. He's playing something. Jungkook. Of course he is. He finally said, voice low. Jungkook. But if there's even a 1% chance, this could lead us to someone who knows anything. Hoseok. Then we take it, he said, nodding. Jungkook single quotes. Gaze didn't falter. Jungkook. Get the jet ready. We leave for Bizen in 2 hours. It's a trap, Namjoon said. Jungkook single quotes. Jaw clenched. Jungkook. He knows he's losing. He's trying to save face. Hoseok, thoughtful, added. Hoseok. Or maybe he's scared. You destroyed 3 of his ports last year. He's cornered. He's begging. Jungkook tossed the letter onto the table. Jungkook. I'm going. Yoongi looked at him, sharp. Yoongi. You sure? He asked as he the only one who understands. The turmoil going inside Jungkook. Jungkook's voice was low. Jungkook. He wants to dance with snakes. I'll show him a dragon. The party was hosted in Bizen, Jaewook's last remaining stronghold. A coastal palace turned nightclub. Drenched in violet lights and whispering opulence. Guards with earpieces lined the halls. Waiters served champagne laced with temptation. Every corner reeked of deception. Jungkook walked in wearing his signature black suit. diamond pin glinting at his collar. Yoongi, Hoseok, and Namjoon flanked him like shadows. Gentlemen. Jae-wook's voice rose over the music as He approached, arms open, smile sharper than a razor. Jae-wook, you honor me. Jungkook, we rarely attend circuses. Jungkook said coldly. Jae-wook chuckled. Jae-wook, then allow me to make this circus unforgettable. Tonight is about pleasure and diplomacy. A clean slate. Yoongi, a clean slate doesn't erase blood. He muttered. Hose, okay. Or burn villages, he added under his breath. Still. Jungkook nodded once and followed their host through velvet-draped corridors into a private lounge, where wine was poured and girls danced under chandeliers. The rival was trying too hard. Dozens of women appeared, each more beautiful than the last, flown in from across Europe, Russia, Japan, and Thailand. Faces painted like porcelain, lips red, movements slow and practiced. A gift, Jae-wook said with a grin. Jae-wook, your pick. Or all of them. Jungkook didn't even look. Jungkook. Did you mistake me for a pervert? He asked, voice lethal. Jae-wook's smile flickered, but he bowed slightly. Jae-wook, forgive me. I merely thought a man in your position might enjoy a diversion. Jungkook. You think women are diversions? You've learned nothing, he said, now glaring at him. Opening parenthesis, if he forgets his position, Jungkook is all ready to remind him. The tension in the room crackled like fire on dry leaves. Namjoon raised an eyebrow. Hoseok shifted his weight. Yoongi looked ready to draw. J-wook. Perhaps we should discuss business, Jae-wook suggested lightly. Though his pride was bruised. They sat in a circle, crystal glasses untouched. Jungkook. You're here to surrender, HS said bluntly. I'm here to propose peace, Jae-wook countered. The neon glow of Busan's underworld glittered outside the floor-length windows of the Imperial Hotel's top floor. Beneath the glamour and shine, shadows whispered truths. No one dared to say aloud. The ballrooms echoed with music, laughter, and glasses clinking, but in a hidden corridor. Below the surface, cruelty whispered a different song. Eni's tiny feet stumbled over the cold tiles. Her wrists were red and sore, lips cracked, and her body trembling in the oversized white shirt Dongwoo had thrown on her earlier. Stand straight, you filthy brat, Dongwoo growled, grabbing her by the arm and shoving her against the dressing table. Eni whimpered. She had long given up begging, but the fear never left her. Dongwoo, I told you to wear what I picked, he shouted, tossing a glittered, adult-sized dress on the table. The hem was torn. The neckline dipped far. Too low for a child's frame. Why? NIEE. It's cold. I am scared. Her voice was hoarse. Barely a whisper. Dongwoo smacked the table beside her, making her flinch violently. Dongwoo, you're not here to feel, you're here to earn. He looked at her with anger eyes. She curled into herself, tears dripping silently onto the tile floor. Her stomach growled. She hadn't eaten in almost 2 days. Every nerve in her body ached. But somewhere in her chest, she clutched a tiny hope. The one she dared not say aloud anymore. My prince will come. Upstairs. The tension around Jungkook's table was thick. Yoongi, single quotes, S fingers flew across his phone, scanning black market leads. Jae-wook was making his rounds in the crowd, sipping champagne and laughing, as if he hadn't once tried to kill Jungkook. During the Seoul Gala years ago, the show had ended, but the music played on, and waiters drifted by with silver trays of delicate ordi single quotes OEUVR ease ... hose. Okay. What kind of peace offering is this? He muttered. Hose okay. A circus of women and masked liars. Yoongi scoffed. He's trying too hard. Something's off. He thinks if he parades enough luxury, we'll forget who he is. Namjoon added quietly. Jungkook said nothing. His eyes were fixated on Jae-wook, watching every smile he gave like a hawk. Jae-wook approached with a practiced grin. Jae-wook, still unimpressed, Jungkook? Jungkook didn't smile back. Jungkook, you think pretty women can clean the blood you spilled? The smile on Jae-wook's face twitched. Jae-wook, I'm offering you peace. Peace? Jungkook's voice was cold. Jungkook, you invited me to a brothel masquerading as a gala. You call that peace? Jae-wook lifted his glass. Jae-wook, it's business. I thought you'd appreciate the effort. I don't entertain filth. Jungkook hissed, turning away. Jae-wook's laugh was hollow. Jae-wook, suit yourself, but my offer stands. As he walked away, Yoongi muttered, Yoongi, bastard didn't even flinch. The tension in the room thickened. Jungkook's eyes scanned the crowd again, but something distant caught his attention. Waiter. She's young. Real young. They'll bring her in tonight, someone whispered. It was faint, but clear. Jungkook single quotes S head turned slightly. Which one? The waiter asked. Waiter. Some street kid. Her old man's giving her away. No name, no papers. One of local rats. A beat. Poor thing. She looked like a ghost. Think. She even knows where she is. Jungkook's body went still. A cold chill crept up his spine. Jungkook. Yoongi. He said lowly. Yoongi. Yeah? Eyes on the man who were talking. Jungkook. Did you hear that? His voice comes out shakingly. Yoongi nodded. Double quotes. Yoongi. Something about a little girl. Tonight. Club delivery. Namjoon had already pulled out his tablet. Namjoon. I'll start digging. Namjoon frowned. Namjoon, nothing on him. He doesn't exist on any clean registry. No license, no birth records, not even a fingerprint trail. Complete ghost. Jungkook clenched his jaw. Jungkook. And the girl? Namjoon shook his head. Same. No ID, no name. They've scrubbed her clean. Hoseok cursed under his breath. Ho's okay. She's just a kid. And they're selling her off like property. I hate this city, Yoongi muttered. Full of shadows. Jungkook remained silent for a long beat. His eyes dropped slightly, his mind spiraling. Back into memories he fought to bury. Of a little girl's voice, trembling in his nightmares. Prince. Please don't leave me. Single quotes. The faint memory of small arms wrapped around his neck. The scent of baby powder and cherry candy. He didn't know if the girl they mentioned was Annie. He didn't even know if she was still alive. Jungkook looked back toward the hallway, his heart still aching. Maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it was just another lost child in this world of monsters. But even so, he made a silent vow. He would protect this one. Whoever she was. Because he couldn't lose another. Not again. Not ever.